It's easier than ever for scammers to access your bank account. Next on Update News, we'll tell you about skimming devices found on campus that could rip you off.
People often try to find the best vacation deals online, but buyer beware. Scammers are counting on your online bookings. Find out how you could avoid booking a fake flight and enjoying your spring break. Radio stations are still active today. Coming up, find out what station is celebrating a big anniversary. All that and more on this week's Update News.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Brianna Matha.
And I'm Carson Wells. We begin with a warning you need to know if you use ATMs on campus. San Jose State Police are investigating a report that 2 of the cash machines on campus had a skimming device. That's an attachment thieves use to steal your info and your money. Police are still looking for the culprit. Reporter Angel Santiago has an update.
San Jose State Police are warning students to be careful. A man claims he found 2 scammer devices on Bank of America ATM machines on campus. He posted pictures to his social media account. They went viral and police began investigating, but so far they come out empty-handed. One grad student said that he was scammed by using the ATMs a few years ago.
Just went to draw out some money right behind us there and quickly went to class, and then later on went to get groceries, and it said I couldn't make any payments. So
scammers are looking for ways to steal your credit card information from any ATMs across the country. For example, scammers would use these type of skimmers to place on the ATM to steal your credit card information in anywhere and as much as they can.
The grad student said he hopefully that this doesn't happen to anyone else.
See maybe some transactions that aren't yours, that look a little bit sneaky or suspicious, then definitely contact your bank.
I spoke with San Jose State Sheriff Frank Belcastro, and he said that they have not made any arrests or any victims that came forward, and they're still looking for the suspect. Reporting from San Jose State University and for Updated News, I'm Angel Santiago.
There's a massive recall underway involving nearly 5 million bottles of Fabuloso cleaner. The affected products were sold at major retailers in the U.S. and Canada. The company is urging consumers to check their product numbers and immediately stop using the recall solution. Fabuloso is a popular multi-purpose cleaning product they use to clean hard surfaces in their homes. But now, the Consumer Product Safety Commission has issued an alert. The company is recalling 4.9 million bottles of multi-purpose cleaner. On its website, the company says it is recalling some of its products because the preservative was not added at the intended levels. The recall product contained Pseudomonas. This bacteria can be inhaled or it could get into your eyes or break in your skin and cause a serious infection.
I really love Fabuloso, and I was so disappointed and when I heard it on the news.
In order to know if the Fabuloso product you own is affected, go to fabuloso.com and check the UPC or manufacturing code that could be found on the back of the bottle, above the label, or towards the top of the bottle to see if your item is included in the recall. And you should be aware you may find some of the company's cleaning products still on the shelves.
Here at Target, we still have the Fabuloso on the shelf. But when we go to scan it, it says that the item's recalled.
To process your refund, you can fill out a form at fabuloso.com or go to your retail store for a return.
The Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office is in hot water with the community again. This time, it's over a Valentine's Day tweet, an attempt at humor that backfired. The tweet is gone, but the backlash lingers. Reporter Brianna Bartlett has the story.
Didn't get a last-minute gift for your significant other and have an outstanding warrant? Say no more. Stop by our records division for a quick warrant check and a free lift to the main jail.
That was the Sheriff's Office Valentine's Day tweet. According to the Mercury News, the agency deleted the tweet within 90 minutes, but the surge of criticism and disgust on social media had already begun.
The sheriff's office posted an apology in a response tweet to the South Bay civil rights group Silicon Valley Debug, which had uploaded a screenshot to Twitter and Instagram, saying it's clear the office takes perverse pleasure in the pain of incarceration. Other community members expressed the same sentiment.
To sit here and say this is a joke, that we would take people from our community and put them in a cage where we've killed people and let people die it's revolting. It's manifestly disgusting. Yeah. And I found myself really angry, and I find myself asking questions like, would it be so funny if we were threatening to put them and their family in the same cage? Is that a joke now?
San Jose State student and Students Against Mass Incarceration Group president, Kat Adamson, says she thinks the tweet exemplifies the true feelings of the agency.
They're trying to put out this public front that they're not just trying to further mass incarceration and further the difficulties this has been in people's lives, but they're actually showing like the jokes that they're probably making behind the scenes. Because if they were willing to put out that tweet, what have they been saying in their offices? What have the staff been saying that we're not hearing about?
The Valentine's Day tweet may no longer be on the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office account page, but the dents in communities' trust remain. In San Jose, I'm Brianna Bartlett with Update News.
Are you planning on booking a flight anytime soon? Then watch out. With spring break right around the corner, flight ticket scams are at an all-time high. Reporter Madeline Dowds has the story.
Vacation season is on the horizon, and it's the perfect opportunity for scammers to trick eager travelers. Experts are warning buyers about flight ticket scams. The scammers are busy, taking advantage of the spike in online bookings and social media advertising. The International Air Transport Association estimates that payment fraud costs the air transport industry $860 million every year. Key scams include fake flight booking websites, phishing emails, forged flight cancellations, and even identity fraud. Megan Allen is a freshman at SJSU. Recently, her grandmother was tricked into paying for a flight that never even existed.
She got to the airport thinking that she booked the flight. There was no flight. They were very confused. There was no record of it being canceled or terminated or delayed.
But it's not just the elderly that are vulnerable to these cons. College students desperate for deals are also at risk of being scammed.
I'm really cheap too, so I always try to find the cheapest flights. I'd probably risk it if it was significantly lower price.
Experts say those once-in-a-lifetime deals are usually far from being trustworthy.
If something looks too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. If ever in doubt, don't do it. Don't book. Come out of the website, go in, check something else.
So what can you do? Be vigilant, use reliable and recommended travel sites. These could reduce your danger of being fooled, but these scammers aren't likely to disappear anytime soon.
I think schemes will become more sophisticated, particularly I think through social media. I think that is where there is unfortunately a huge opportunity for scammers.
As flight scams surge, we could be in for a very turbulent travel season. In San Jose, I'm Madeleine Dowds for Update News.
A new California law stops Tesla from saying its cars have a full self-driving mode. Now the electric automaker is recalling hundreds of thousands of vehicles with that exact feature. Some of the cars may go straight in a turn-only lane or might not come to a complete stop at an intersection. It affects models 3, S, X, and Y, made between 2016 and 2023. Tesla says it will release an over-the-air software update to correct the issue. If your car is part of the recall, you should get a notice by April 15th. Meantime, the company says keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel, even if your car is in self-driving mode.
Santa Clara County is set to close its mass COVID testing and vaccination sites Monday. This comes as an emergency. Funding is running out and more than 90% of the country has had at least one shot. The county opened its testing and vaccination sites at the beginning of the pandemic to stop the spread of COVID. But testing and vaccines are now widely available through healthcare providers and pharmacies still. County leaders say that COVID is still at a threat. People should wear masks indoors and avoid getting sick, and you should stay home if they don't feel well.
An iconic San Jose State and racial justice statue was defaced. The police say they have the suspect responsible. University police say it happened to the Olympic Black Power statue on campus. It depicts alumni and African-American athletes Tommy Smith and John Carlos celebrating their gold and bronze medals for running the 200-meter race in the 1968 Summer Olympics. University police say they arrested a homeless man after a passerby spotted him vandalizing the statue with body fluids. Investigators say it does not appear to have damaged the statue. Police don't believe this was a hate crime. They say the man was probably mentally ill.
Here's what we have next. How did athletes and sport lovers keep their competitive spirit alive during the pandemic? They turned to a different activity. Find out what that is next.
Coming up next, I'm going to be telling you about the winter storm that's affecting coast to coast.
During the pandemic, Gen Z athletes and sport lovers looked for an outlet. It had to be a non-contact sport, but they still wanted to compete. For some of them, bowling fit the bill. Reporter Asia Tobeno has that story.
It may have been a while since you picked up that hard spherical ball, rolled it down that short track, to see just how many of those wooden pins you could knock down at once. But that's not the case for some Gen Z athletes who say they turned to bowling during the pandemic and have been at it ever since.
What made me start bowling during the pandemic was, for me, is I'm a martial artist, so this is actually a non-contact sport that I can actually compete in.
Besides using bowling to compete, Gen Zers are using it as a means to express one's talent, energy, and emotion.
Bruner explained how bowling provides him with a peace of mind. It's one thing that allows them full control of their arm speed, ball speed, and how the ball reacts to them.
For me, bowling is really just a peaceful sanctuary. Like, I come here when I don't got nothing to do. I come here when I'm stressed out. As you can see, I'm sweating. I come here when I want to work out. It's a bit of everything for me. Like, I can't really define it to one thing, because it brings so many different emotions, happiness, anger, frustration. It brings everything, so it's kind of, like I said, I just gotta call it my sanctuary,
Off camera, the owner here at Delta Bowl in Antioch says he suspects bowling may have been a way to experience a sense of community, especially needed during the pandemic. So if you're competitive, want to feel a part of a community that welcomes everyone, or need an outlet to escape, bowling may be just the thing for you. In Antioch, California, Asia Tobeno, Update News.
A special effort is underway at San Jose State to boost Black representation in the field of engineering in Silicon Valley. During February's Black History Month, a special exhibit showcasing Black engineers is on display at the MLK Library. It's called Black Engineering Week, Closing the Digital Divide. It's sponsored by the Black Alliance of Scientists and Engineers. At San Jose State, the group says the university does a great job serving Asians and Latinos, but more Black students need to be exposed to engineering professionals.
You never get to picture yourself looking at a Black engineer in your community because you don't know them and have that inspire you. So that's what this is all about, that you can look at somebody and envision becoming that person.
According to the Pew Research Center, only 5% of engineers in the U.S. are Black, even though the nation's Black population stands at 13%.
Sadly, many radio stations are going dark these days, but that's not the case at San Jose State campus station. KSJS is celebrating its 60th anniversary this year, and two DJs have been spinning platters at 90.5 FM for nearly half a century. Reporter Betsy Gebhardt takes you along so you can tune in to the celebration.
It's 60 years to the day that radio station KSJS signed on to the FM airwaves at San Jose State. And the station's longest entertaining DJs, Ross Hartman and Dennis Terry, are celebrating live.
Songs that are on the Billboard Hot 100 as of February 11th, 1963.
The top hits from that month and year are still instantly recognizable in the 21st century. Ross and Dennis have been hosting Flashback Fridays, a golden oldie show, since the 1970s. The show remains a station favorite.
I can't imagine how frightening radio will be in 60 years and it's even around. I won't be here to experience it. Maybe that's a good thing.
Dennis Terry is a celebrity in his own right. Dennis, who is blind, was recently inducted into the Bay Area Radio Hall of Fame. He's trained generations of new DJs.
I asked them questions on my first show. Hey, this isn't working. Like, can you help me, please? Like, everyone has always been so great. It's up to you.
Joining Ross and Dennis were KSJS's Joe Netto and KLOK's Jay Stone, along with Ms. Cat, the DJ Jazz Cat. The station's official anniversary will be held April 22nd, but Ross and Terry think theirs has been a lot more fun. Inside the radio studio at Hugh Gillis Hall, there's another reason to celebrate, and that's the continuing strong interest in radio announcing and radio DJing. In the spring semester radio class, there are 70 students enrolled. 70! And that's music to the ears at 90.5 FM. At San Jose State, Betsy Gebhardt, Update News.
It's been a week of wild, wicked weather in the Bay Area. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour ripped through our area, knocking down power lines and sending trees crashing into homes. Fortunately, no one was injured at this home in the Santa Cruz Mountains. But thousands are still without power. And to top things off, we got snow. So much snow is expected in Southern California, there are blizzard warnings. What else is headed our way? Joshua Gilman has your forecast.
This is Joshua Gilman with your update weather forecast. We have a significant winter storm upon us with low snow levels reaching almost sea level, freeze warnings in the inland valleys, and more rain ahead this weekend going into next week. Total snow amount estimates are mainly going to be near Mount Hamilton, but also in the Santa Cruz mountain range, almost reaching San Jose, as we're going to see later on, with almost near freezing temperatures. Total rain estimates are going to be over an inch in San Jose, over an inch in most locations, to be honest, at least 3/4 of an inch. And with the extended outlook going into this weekend, we see most of the bands of rain starting Thursday night, going to Friday morning. We have a little break Saturday, is going to be mostly cloudy, but then we do have our next band of rain coming through Sunday. As we see here, it's going to be through Sunday afternoon, and then that guy right there is going into next week. All right, with the 7-day forecast starting in Santa Cruz, they're going to be seeing most of their rain on Friday and then going into the weekend with, again, most of the rain coming Monday and Tuesday. Highs are going to be in the lower 50s. And in Oakland, seeing very similar forecasts, except they're going to be seeing scattered showers on Friday and then also highs once again and mainly in the lower 50s. San Francisco, they're going to be seeing a little more partly cloudy, sunny conditions on Saturday with lows a little chillier in the mid-40s. And finally, here in San Jose, they're going to be seeing most of the rain Thursday night to Friday with, Monday and Tuesday. And you've got that 35-degree Friday night. It's going to be very cold with, again, that potential of maybe some slushy rain or hail. Back to the desk and stay warm out there. Whew, it's going to be nippy.
When we come back.
Coffee, murals, and open mics. We'll tell you how one downtown Java joint is making waves in the community.
Coming up, find out how one San Jose State coach is taking a new approach to lead her team to success.
At San Jose State, we really do learn by doing. This is my first semester working on our award-winning newspaper, the Spartan Daily. But my whole time here really has been about real-world skill building. Professors like Diane Gurazi continue their work in journalism while bringing that knowledge back to us in the classroom each semester. Then we're on the Spartan Daily, Update News, or the Spear. We get to put all that into practice. We even get to work with cutting-edge tools like our new VR lab, where we get to learn new ways of real storytelling using 3D virtual reality.
Our students have many opportunities to work in newsrooms that function like the ones they will encounter in their professional careers. Here in Update News, for instance, we produce a weekly show that is aired on local access television in San Jose, and we produce video news that is digital first. Students will get experience as producers, anchors, and field reporters.
The Spartan Daily, our award-winning student newspaper, has not missed a scheduled publication date in more than 80 years and remains one of the longest-standing papers of its kind in the Western United States. Through classroom instruction and our newsroom labs, we give our students the tools to succeed and create their own bright futures. Learn by doing. If you're interested in joining our program, visit our website for more information.
College students will tell you that they thrive on caffeine. And for the first time in a long time, local coffee shops seem to be back and popping up everywhere. One of the sites popular with San Jose State students is Nirvana Soul. Homework, jobs, trying to navigate your social life. It can all get overwhelming. Some students tell us this coffee spot, Nirvana Soul, is their go-to space to wind down and relax. Its decor, the vibrant colors, murals, music, and creative coffee drinks draw them here.
Like when I'm having a hard day, I look forward to coming to work because it's just like everyone here is just so funny and we're so close and we're so friendly. It's like I've grown like a second family here.
It's just always so like vibrant and just like full of life. Like that goes for just like the space itself. It's like bright pink, and like the people who work there, the baristas, are just like so kind and welcoming.
Two sisters own the shop.
A lot of specialty coffee shops can be very dark or monochromatic or even white, and we were like, okay, like that doesn't really capture our vibe.
Nirvana Soul is most well known for their events. Their most recent event was an event called Sonic Sunset, where they celebrated Black History Month. They also host weekly open mic nights.
Thursday is going to be like more poetry, and then Friday is like our open mic night, so like people come and sing and like do whatever they want to show out.
We just started hosting and people showed up. They come, they sign up at the door, they perform, and it's become a space that's just very safe, very welcoming, and just like super inviting. You know, there are communities that want a space like this where they can be 100% themselves, authentic, and come in and know that they're going to get great experience and great coffee.
Nirvana Soul will expand to its third location in the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library on San Jose State's campus.
San Jose State gymnastic coach Joanne Bowers has gotten a lot of awards and has proven she could win. But just how does she inspire her student athletes? Is there a coaching secret? Reporter Laverne Johnson spent some time tracking down the answers to that question.
In life and in sports, one of the most important factors for a relationship to work is trust. San Jose State's gymnastics coach is showing her team how to build some, and her team thinks it's a winning approach. For some college athletes, moving far away from home can be scary. They may look at their new coaches as an extension of their parents. To eliminate those worries, players say Coach Bowers has her own unique way of connecting with players individually.
Probably like motherly, I think, out of high school and stuff, it's very hard to like transition not being around your parents so much and stuff, and Joanne's made that like very easy for most of us.
Coach Bowers currently has the Spartans gymnastics sitting at a 6-1 record, and the players credit her character for the reason they've been able to achieve success. To some, coaches are supposed to focus on the in-game results, but Bowers loves focusing on the little details that provide her gymnasts with mental relaxation and the real support they need.
She's very supportive. She's a fighter. She'll fight for us no matter what.
To me, coaching and teaching and parenting, I think, are all three very similar. But it's so learning those strategies for teaching, I think, helped me be a better coach. So.
Bowers was named Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Coach of the Year in 2022. She recently signed a 5-year extension, so you can expect to see much more of her and her excitement coaching. In San Jose, I'm Lee Vern Johnson with your Update News.
Looking for something different to do this weekend? I've got a few suggestions for you in my Carson's calendar. Here's what's coming up this week in Carson's calendar. Attend California's Majestic Trees, an interdisciplinary journey, in the Hammer Theater Friday, February 24th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Enjoy photos, music, and discussions about the threats posed by climate change and wildfires. Scan the QR code below to get your ticket. Heritage Rose Garden Volunteer Workday will be taking place Saturday, February 25th at 8 a.m. at the Rose Garden. Bring your own gloves, and you must be at least 14 years old to volunteer. Attend Celebrating Black Women in Entrepreneurship in the Student Union, Room 2A from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on February 28th. Listen to a group of panelists speak about how their identity impacts their business and how they uplift the community. Go to the Chavez Huerta Idleong Day of Celebration on March 2nd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 7th Street. Special vendors and activities will take place. That's all for this week. I'm Carson Wells.
That does it for this week's edition of Update News.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at SJSU Update News.